I am still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast. I don't wanna be your downtime. I don't wanna be your stupid game. With my big black boots and my old suitcase, I do believe I found myself a new place. And I don't wanna be the bad guy, and I don't wanna do your sleepwalk dance anymore. I just wanna see some palm trees, and I will try and shake away this disease.
Well, good morning. Vlog-a-day number 8, January 26th, 2024. You know when you're a kid and you're in school and you wake up and it's still dark, it's like 6:30 in the morning, and you groggily get out of bed. Even though it's dark, you can see this white glow coming from the ground, and you know it's a snow day. You run to the living room, turn on the TV, and watch the scroll underneath the TV showing what school districts were closed. That was my favorite part of the school year. That was just the best. Now, mind you, I'm from Dallas, Texas. We get snow like once every 3 years or something. But that is today. Today is my snow day. So I woke up early, like at 6 this morning. And I got up, started working on a short, and I got a message from my guests that I was supposed to meet at 10 today saying that they couldn't make it. So since it was too late to cancel, I am still going to get paid for doing nothing. So wonderful day for me today. Now, that brings up the question, what am I going to do today? Problem is, it's going to be afternoon. I think around 1 it's supposed to get rainy for the rest of the day. So I might just hang out at the house today. I really want to finish Heart of Darkness. I've gotten to the third part, so I'm pretty close to being done, and I want to finish that today. And so I might just do that. I might just hang out today, work on the video for the Berlin Chronicles channel, and then hang out here today. I don't know though. I'm really enjoying making these shorts too. And so if I can maybe make some that involve being inside, that might be something I might do as well. So I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Right now I'm going to drink my coffee and just goof around for a little bit. Okay, since I've had some free time this afternoon, it's raining. I did not go out today. Since I have free time, I'm making a series of shorts on rating German movies. So I'm trying to do stores, kebabs, music, and movies, and anything else I can think of. It seems to be working. I enjoy it. A lot of work for a 1-minute video, though. Probably it takes me about an hour and a half or so to do a 1-minute short, but it's fun. So I was doing some research trying to find German movies to watch. I've seen a number of them, but I wanted to watch something new. So I watched a movie called Victoria. Came out in 2015. It's on Netflix right now, and it stars a Spanish actor named Lea Costa and German actor Frederick Lau, Franz Rogowski, and more. It's about 2.5 hours long, 2 hours and 12 minutes. And the premise of the movie is this Spanish girl is new to Berlin. She'd been in Berlin about three months and went to a dance club, and clearly she was lonely. Clearly she didn't have friends. Clearly she was looking to find something. And she met 4 guys, and things happen. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away spoilers if you haven't seen it, but check it out. It was pretty good. It's a little bit of a slow burn. When I put the short out, you can see my review on it. Pretty good though, but it got me to thinking about this life that I chose and loneliness that comes with being an immigrant. It's not a loneliness that, unless you're in the situation, that you can really understand. You know, a lot of people have moved from, I don't know, Dallas to Houston or Denver to Los Angeles or wherever within the States. But the one thing you always have when you go to a new city like that is your language, your identity. And when you don't have that, when you're in a new country, you don't speak the language, not only is it lonely, it's very isolating. And you miss out on even the things that you take for granted, like the small talk that you have with people in grocery stores or waiting for the bus or whatever. You miss out on that because you end up not speaking to anybody unless they speak English. I mean, I speak some German, but it's not great, not enough to have a long conversation with somebody. Not that I would feel comfortable with it anyway at this point in my language development. So it's very isolating. And this whole story, I think, in my opinion, is about her isolation. And the whole thing is shot as a one shot. So it's shot as kind of like, if you've ever seen the movie 1917, it's shot like that. I don't know if it's an actual one take, but it's shot that way. And it feels like it. It's kind of intense. It's kind of always nonstop. The use of music was very good. There was very little music, and when it was used, it really accentuated it and drove home the plot at that point. I thought it was a really good movie. And I could relate to her and to her isolation and loneliness. It caused her to do things that she probably wouldn't have done before. Me, I'd go into my shell. Check out Victoria. It's on Netflix in Germany. I didn't see it on Netflix, and it is on Apple TV, and you can get it with Paramount Plus. I think it's on Paramount Plus. So check it out if you haven't. It's quite good. One thing I'll add about the movie, if you do watch it, try to watch it without subtitles, because the guys and everyone around them speaks German to each other. And I didn't have subtitles. I had German subtitles that I turned on and off sometimes, but I started without watching it with subtitles. If you don't speak German, I think it really puts you in the position that she is in, not understanding what's going on around her. So if you do watch it, try watching it without subtitles. It might make the movie even better for you. Okay. So today has been such a nothing day. One of these nothing days that happens sometimes. But I wanted to talk about, I mentioned it, I think this morning, kind of want to talk about my history with like relationships. There's no like real organic way to bring that up. But it got me thinking a lot, especially with this movie I watched, Victoria, today. Check it out. This idea, and I'm making a video about it. And it's this idea of loneliness and being alone, how they're not the same thing. I've been okay with being alone for a lot of my life. So I got married when I was 23 for the first time. And, you know, I had just joined the Air Force, just finished basic training, and I had been dating this girl for, I don't know, a year, 6 months maybe. And so it was basically either get married or break up in my mind. And for whatever reason, maybe at that point I was afraid to be alone. I was going to a new place, and I was afraid of being alone, which is weird because I've not ever been afraid to be alone since then. But I think it was this joining, in the military. This was 1998. Well, 99. I joined December 98, but 99 is when we got married. And I feel like that was part of it. Like, I don't know why I was afraid to be alone. So we were married for 7 years until 2006. And I got out of the military in 2004. So I was in for 6 years. Survived the military, though we were separated while I was in the military quite a bit because I was deployed. 9/11 happened, and then, we got busy. And so I think we got along all right when I was in. And then when I got out, I don't know, 2005 is when I started law school. And I think when we did all right when we weren't together all the time, I think. There was some issues with our relationship as far as how being faithful. I'm not going to say which side, but neither of us walked away from that relationship with clean hands. Yeah, so we got divorced in 2006, and then I was single for the rest of law school, and I acted like I was single for the rest of law school. and I got in the best shape of my life, worked out all the time. And then, things happen. You get lazy. And then moved to Las Vegas after I got out of law school and lived there for a year. Then the Great Recession happened. I couldn't find a job. So I'd moved back to Dallas, took the bar exam in Dallas in Texas. While I was doing that, I met my second wife. I say re-met. We were friends in high school. We never dated in high school. I think there was like crushes on both sides at one point or another. It just never worked out. We were both completely different people as far as religion goes and all that at the time. And I fell hard. Like I fell super duper hard. And then we dated for a while. She had been married before and then got divorced. And then we dated for a while. She broke up with me inexplicably for a while. And then we got back together I think it was like 6 months later. Just as I was almost over it, we got back together. Then we were married for 7 years. There was never any like fighting or anything. Like we never fought, not really. But I thought that was a good thing at the time. But looking back on it, it's kind of, we didn't not fight because we didn't have anything to fight about. We didn't fight because we avoided conflict. And so there was a lot of passive aggressiveness and a lot of that. And I mean, we got along great, and then things just kind of took a platonic turn, which I think happens in a lot of marriages. And, I was fine. I probably was content with that. Could have gone on like that for a long time. But she wasn't. So we ended up breaking up. We ended up separating for like a year and then got back together again and tried again for another 2 years. But at that point, I think we had to retry to realize that both of us at that point, when we first broke up, I didn't want it. It wasn't my idea. And then, so when we got back together and then broke up the second time, we both, I think, realized at that point, yeah, this just isn't working for either of us. So yeah, when we separated and got divorced, the first time we separated was 2017. The second time was 2019. And then I moved here in 2020. And after we separated, I did a little bit of dating around. I did the Tinder thing and tried. And then I dated a few people. It was fine. I was never lonely. But then I moved here and I haven't really been in a place where I wanted to date anybody. Haven't like at all been financially able to like consider being like in a relationship. And I haven't wanted to. And for a long time, I thought that was just me dealing with this stuff and just not being ready or whatever. But I think really it's been my depression and my anxiety came back. And, when you don't feel good about yourself, I gained weight because I didn't feel good about myself and I ate to mask the pain or whatever the cliche is you want to say. But I'm trying to be more mindful now about what I eat, trying to move more, trying to lose weight, trying to feel good about myself, not for other people, but for myself. And then I think in the process of feeling better for myself, other people will notice. At least that's what I hope. And I'm in this like real liminal space, this in-between space between my age and the people I could date, and then the people I hang out with or the people that I go to school with who are much, much, much younger than me. So it's hard to meet people, especially when you're a foreigner in a foreign country. I mean, there are meetup groups and things where you can meet people, mostly Americans probably, or other foreigners. I am trying to jump out there and do like meetup groups. I'm doing a meetup group tomorrow. But it's a book club, a reading club that I'm doing tomorrow at the Bode Museum. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's, I'm trying to get out there. Like the dating websites are such garbage. I really have I've made one friend here and I have people that I know that I live here, but not anyone I talk to on a consistent basis except for this one person. And she's amazing, and, it's someone I can talk to, and that's nice. One thing that I'm really bad about, and my ex-wife will tell you this, I'm very, very, very good at reading people, like very good. But I'm really poor at acknowledging other people and telling people how I feel and that they're important to me and that they matter to me. So I'm trying to do that a little bit better. And, you know, I just assume, like, if I do something for you, or if I show you something, or, you know, I do something for you, that you understand that I care about you, you know, and I appreciate you and I appreciate what you do. But I've got to tell people more how I feel about them, how I care about them. So, see, I'm trying to work on myself. So anyway, I think I've rambled enough and it's getting late and I'm going to edit this video. So check out the movie Victoria. Also, the new show on Apple Plus called Masters in the Sky came out today. The executive producers are Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. It's a World War II, like the Band of Brothers, except for with the Army Air Corps. If you're into World War II and you're into the, if you like the Band of Brothers, check it out. I watched the first episode. Not bad, pretty good. Barry Keogh is in it, who seems to be everywhere. But he's rapidly becoming one of my favorite actors. So check it out if you're interested. Tomorrow morning from 10:30 to 12:30, I'm going to go to the Boda Museum and do the Silent Book Club. And then after that, at 1:30, I've got a tour. So should be a busy day tomorrow. We'll get out. The weather's supposed to be nicer. No rain tomorrow. So yeah. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you take something from this, whatever that is. And I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.